And so here we are with the standings. We've got Marco Espiotto on 318 points. He is 30 points clear of Aaron Holloway in second position on 288 points. 6 points behind him though is Ricky Poliani, and then 19 points off Ricky then is Britt Barista. I'm going to call him as a barista now. Nathan Moran then is in 5th position on 249 points. 9 points behind him is Baz O'Neill. Then we have the crazy man himself, not racist in any way, shape or form, Oliver Anderson. He's on 234 points behind him. Then we have David Hill on 193 points. We have Matt Ransley on 189 points. We've got Stacey Ellis actually going back to 0, so that's going to be gone because he is changing car this evening. Then we have John Dudley on 150 points then, essentially jumping up in the 10th spot, with Gary Smith in 11th basically then on 147 points, with Stephen Glennon in 13th on 132 points. 1 point behind him though is Chico Lintebar. Then behind Chico we have Anthony Ferrante on 123 points. Then we've got Andrea Cantona on 110 points. Then we have Abe Santama on 99 points. Then we have behind him then Matthew Gamble on 90 points. Then behind Matthew is Batek on 78 points. Then Peter Phelan is on 75 points in his debut here last week. Then we have Jordan Townsend on 49 points. We have Luca Mari on 45 points. Andreas Hansen on 42. Lucas Hennick on 42. Tony Hezards on 42. And then the rest are on 0, guys. So there you have it. We're going to have a look around the real life Misano, I was going to say, Valencia, guys. And it's an hour and a half of torture on tyres around here. We expect at least one tyre stop, but we are leaving it quite open in terms of pit stop strategy. Enjoy.
Wake up every single day like I'm already on my way. I pick the car up from valet. Oh, let me show you how I do it. Yeah, I might be a renegade, but this is how I play the game, and I'm not doing it afraid. Oh, let me show you how I do it. All day, all night, I do it big. Living the life, let's go, let's fly. I do it big, living the life, big, big life. Living that big, big life. Living that big, big life. Living that big, big life. Like I could do it in my sleep. It's automatic in my dreams. I'm knocking it all down with ease. Oh, let me show you how I do it. All night, I do it big, living the life. Let's go, let's fly. I do it big, living the life, big, big life. Living that big, big life. Living that big, big life. Living that big, big life.
Okay, that's good. That's all.
Welcome along, guys. It is Wednesday night. It is round 5 of FFG's first season ACC. Alongside me again is Chris Tedder. After a late night working last week, you're back into the comms this week. How are you keeping?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Yeah, it was. Didn't get back in time last week. Unfortunately, we did everything we could, but yeah, just couldn't get back in time.
Oh, it's the joys. It's the joys. But yeah, we've only 13 cars in. I think Batek's joining. I know Stacey's having issues. As I say that, Batek's literally just joined. I know Stacey's having some lag issues. He's trying to get sorted out there at the minute. But we have a new driver tonight just for yourself. We have Aaron's, I don't know if he's older or little brother, is in racing with us tonight as well. So we have the two Holloway brothers. Giles is the name.
Yeah, it's great to have another new driver on the grid. So looking forward to see how he does. I mean, we know Aaron's a very capable driver, so it'd be nice to see how his brother gets along.
Absolutely, but jumping onto this man here, who I feel is favour for pole, Oliver, after getting in a 132.2 as the base setter. This man here, though, Chico, Chris, we were only discussing it beforehand. The pace he is after getting is just ridiculous.
Chico's rate of improvement has been immense.
Yeah.
And he's turning into a very, very capable driver and setting some extraordinary times. It's not even just a one lap pace. When you're seeing his race pace as well, he's really finding his feet within ACC now, and he's definitely one to watch going forward.
Absolutely, he's just so fast at the end of the day. John Dudley, though, after putting in a nice time of 132.5, he's about 2/10 off, or just under 3/10 off Mr. Oliver at the minute. John Dudley is a slow burner. I think he's going to take another lap or two, and he's going to get faster and faster as well. It'll be interesting to see, though, can he come close to Chico in the same machinery?
John's strength is consistency.
Yeah.
If you're looking at one lap pace, or you're even looking at race pace, sometimes he can be slightly off, but he has this real knack of having this real consistent pace within a race and staying out of trouble.
Absolutely, and he's super consistent driver that Britt has never overtook in his life. I think we can safely say that as well. Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Deadly. But this boy here, Espiotto last week, unfortunately, while running in I think it was a lonely sixth position, got himself murdered and ended up down near last at the end of the race. I'm hoping for a much better race for him this week. Brands Hatch was very, very tough on him. And I do think this guy here as well is going to be one to watch in terms of mid-pack. I don't know if he's going to have the pace for a podium tonight. It's a long race though, 90 minutes, anything can happen. But I genuinely think Espiotto is going to have a good race.
Yeah. I mean, what I love about the 90-minute form factor is you just have that element of strategy coming into play a bit more.
Yeah.
So if you can nail that strategy within 90 minutes, sometimes that can work in your hand as well. So as long as his pace is thereabouts, which I believe it will be,
yeah,
he's all to play for.
He definitely does. And what I like as well is that, you know, it's not mandatory tyres, but we know how hard this track is on tyres. Well, I especially do. It does be a ball ache to drive, let's be honest, at times. But it's going to be interesting to see, does anyone try and not do tyres though? Is there anyone that's that good on tyres that can get away with it?
I wouldn't say so around here. There's a couple of tracks where you may attempt it.
Yeah.
I don't think Valencia is going to be one of them. What I'm more interested to see is when people are going to pit, potential fuel levels, when they're going to change tyres. I believe most of them will change tyres only once, but it's just how you then. What I love about 90 minutes and the 2 pit stops is there's so many different ways you can play out this race.
Yes, exactly. I think that's one of the biggest things as well. It's how you go about it. Now, this guy, Aaron, do you reckon he's going to have a race where he doesn't have to do a recovery drive?
Be nice, wouldn't it?
I'd like to see him.
He's definitely got the ability. If he can just nail it and keep his head down and keep it together for a race, he can get some really strong results.
Absolutely, and he actually made his debut in the Formula 1 League last night in FFG as well. And what did he do? First lap, bins it on a rouge, breaks the nose. Luckily there was a safety car, but he crawled his way back up. I think he ended up 6th after.
Been clearly taking lessons off me.
I will see in the F1, I think, for him as well, his first time going in it. Well, he's done a great drive, and he's a full-time Williams driver, so it suits him with the livery that he has here as well.
Oh, I love that livery, mate. I love his livery.
I love seeing other people's creations. I love seeing creativity with deliveries. And Brit's actually made a livery, but unfortunately Brit didn't upload it to Austin, right? But we'll help him through that on Saturday, hopefully, and get him up there as well. Actually, quite a nice looking livery done on the Ferrari. It's very simple, but really, really nice. I do like it.
I can't wait to see it then when it's uploaded and we can get it synced. It'd be great to see it as well.
So, there's Polly Amy. That's the driver as well that unfortunately had a tough race last week. He's rapid in that Aston.
Do you know what? It's the people who are good in it are good in it, aren't they?
Yeah. I do love that car though. I don't like people dogging the Aston at all. I love the Aston. It was my first love in ACC.
Mr. Overprotective when it comes to that Aston.
That was my first love. You can slag me second love the 992 a little bit.
Just a little bit, mate.
Just a little bit, not too much though. Stacey Ellis is back in. I have to say his livery is gorgeous. He went for like a Canon old kind of 91, 92 Williams-esque livery. I think he got it off race department. It looks really, really nice. With Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah.
I thought he used to be in the Porsche. Has he changed car now?
Yeah, so we allowed a change of car, but the thing is they lose all their points.
Right, yeah, which is only fair. It's only fair. Do you know how many people can't make a car work and they need to change them? Because sometimes it's not about setting barriers.
Absolutely. There was 3 people that were hounding me. So Chico was allowed change from the Macca to the Audi, but he forfeited all his points, as did Stacey. And I think Michael Simon is going to be forfeiting any points, so he's looking at changing his car as well.
Oh, what was he in the Merc, or was he in a different car?
I think he... No, was he not in the Beamer here, the M4?
Right, okay. What's he changing to the Merc?
I don't. He hasn't come back to me with a car. I think he's kind of sussing out what he wants to drive. I think he's kind of at that stage that he wants something that more suits his driving style now. Do you know the way normally when you first start racing in ACC, you go for like a safe car, the likes of your M4, Aston, you know, Mercedes possibly.
I really like the M4. I have to adjust to it. I'm doing the endurance with Davey Hill
Nice.
in it, and I have to adjust to it every time I get back in it. But it's such. I mean, we see what Matty Gamble's doing in it. It's such a great car if you know how to drive the thing.
Gamble's an exceptional driver as well, though, and Dave Hill, when you look at both of them boys. But this man here, Batek, he was involved in the wars last week, I think in Amigos and in FFG. I had a good chat with him, and I think he's going to try and be a little bit more aware and be careful in where he lets people overtake. And so I'm looking forward to hopefully having a race where Batek gets a decent result, because the guy over one lap has decent pace. So I'd like to see him get a result that actually reflects that.
Yeah, I think some of it might just be experience. A bit of guidance can sometimes help with that, which clearly it looks like you're doing.
Yeah.
Just being quick over a lap is great. Being able to put that all together in a race is a different matter. And I think
1,000,000%.
People just sometimes need to gain that experience within races of racing around people, back markers, being overtaken, when to make an overtake. It's all stuff people have to just work on and gain that experience and a bit of guidance along the line.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to just run through the order really quick, Chris, because we have Chico on a 130.875 in the Audi, Espiotto on a 131.1, so just under 3 tenths behind. Then John Dudley is nearly 7.5 tenths off Chico on a 131.6.3, but right behind him is Oliver Anderson on a 131.730, and literally right behind him there is Britt on a 131.752. And then Nathan Warren, who we're on with, Den's on a 132.3. So the top 5 is covered by less than a second.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. There's I think this race is going to be a lot tighter than we expect. I can see some of these race pace wise could actually be picking it up as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to how this works out.
It all depends. Is it going to be somebody who's going to do a splash and dash at one of the pit stops and then just do half fuel tyre change at 45 minutes in?
Well, there's many ways, isn't there? You could pit early and put a litre in and then go mid-race and change tyres. You could go light on fuel and go do it in thirds. You might want to change tyres twice. You might only want to change it in the second pit. If you know thirds, are you running your first set of tyres too much? You're not using your second tyres enough. So like I said, there's so many different ways you can sort of look at this. It just depends how people want to play it.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. I don't know if it was me. I think I'd go 45 minutes and do a splash and dash, because you want to have consistent pace, and I think one tyre change is more than enough, unless, as you say, possibly it might be quick to do 2 light runs and 2 change of tyres and just absolutely quali lap it every 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's this is what makes it so interesting though. There's so many different ways you can play it.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't always tell what the best strategy is until later on in the race and everyone's made their pit stops.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see who does what.
I love it. I love 90-minute races.
You can't not. It's just one of those things.
90 minutes is 360.
To be honest with you, I'd love to do a full league of 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
But we were already discussing what we're doing next season, and I think I have an idea of what you're doing next season, which is going to spice things up a bit. And it's always good to have that little bit of spice in a league.
100%. 100%. We're going to introduce another 90-minute race on top of what we've done this season. So we are going to introduce one more additional 90-minute race.
Do that track that I'm good at.
That's what you're good at. Sorry, man, I don't think there is one in ACC, is there?
If you go put Mondello Park into ACC, it'll kick all your asses.
In an old Formula 1 car. There we are, mate. We should do
what
we'll do that week. We'll put it in AC.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. If you get an open wheel race going, I'll definitely be all over it. For once, to be very competitive.
I don't do AC enough, mate. I don't do AC enough.
I was on it the other day messing on Nordschleife in the 1980s turbo cars. It was a blast. 5-speed gearbox, like 3.5 bar boost or something like that. It was just stupid. It was so much fun though.
I don't know how you do it, mate. I don't know how you do it. It's for me. If I'm doing that track, I normally go into AMS2.
Oh, AMS2 was amazing for that as well.
And I love picking up things like the Group C cars.
Oh, the Group C's around there are ridiculous. It's just so easy. Like it's actually we're into the last minute. We haven't been keeping an eye too much of the qualifying, talking away. So Chico was definitely on pole by the looks of it. SBO was definitely not improving. Either is Brit.
Second spot.
Oh, he has, but look at Brit's up into third now, which Oliver's gone into fourth. John Dudley's after losing a few spots down to fifth now. Warren is in sixth. Aaron Holloway in seventh. Polyamy 8. Batek up to ninth. Well done, Batek. Although Polyamy is on a lap. He's made it in time, so Polyamy could improve. Although who's on a lap? Mr. Phelan here is on a lap and improving as well.
And it's also worth knowing that Brit is up, but only just.
But I think he's too late.
Yeah, so he was up enough. I reckon he could have potentially had second place there.
Yeah. But on here now, oh, Phelan lost over half a second on that side of his action, but can try and pull it back. Oh, he's going to be absolutely sick with that. That's half a second out the window.
Yeah, I'm just watching the replay here of Phelan now. You can just see here the back end just goes on him, unfortunately.
That's just getting on the power, just too early, hitting that curb as well, and it dances. But we'll jump on with Polyamy, who's right behind him. Although he's lost a shitload of time, but it's coming back at him now, getting that bit of a tow. So he had a bad exit, because he was up a few tenths. That's that lap over. So,
yeah, unfortunately, he's got 4 tenths, hasn't he, between him and the car in front, and I don't think he's going to make that up now.
No, unfortunately not. So that is it for qualifying, Chris.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
like Chico again, as we discussed earlier.
It's Chico time.
Really having a lap in there, but you look below him there, look how tight it is.
Yeah, unbelievable. I might as well go back to Twitter while we're waiting on that. That's a 1:30.777. That's a blistering lap. He has fastest first, second, and third sector as well. He's definitely on it today.
Unbelievable, and he's literally just getting in that car as well.
Yeah, it's super impressive.
Yeah, there's more to come from Chico in that car, I think.
Absolutely. Oliver, what happened? You would have seen Oliver just typed in F. I'm assuming he's meant to say fuck. I feel so weird saying swear words live on stream now. Trying to pretend to be professional, Chris.
Professional, mate? What's that?
Apparently it's something that you can be.
Oh, I'm still striving for, like, I don't know, semi-bad. Not just outright bad.
You give me a semi.
Mate, every time.
66, what was it, 66% of the time? All the time. Stacey Ellis to throw FCWB. I should probably know what that means, and I'm afraid to ask.
Hey, well, though, Chico there, I mean, if he can hold it together, not make a mistake, get his head down, he could be on for a really, really special race today.
Oh, 100%. And Stacey as well, by the way, has changed car. He's in the Mercedes now. I'm expecting Stacey to have a good race as well. And also, Aaron Holloway's just after putting in there in the chat, if I don't make it clean around lap 1, someone's head's going. To be honest, if you don't make it around lap 1, I'm going to put bets on now that your brother Giles, on his very first racing debut in ACC League racing, is going to kick your ass. Oliver said he had bad quality as well, by the way, Chris.
Well, there's only 2 tenths between him and Britt, so if he's had a bad quality, then he can only be looking forward.
That's the truth. That is the truth. As they're now lining up on the grid. So we'll do the normal camera and run through the drivers. Let's do this. Ba-da-da-da-da. So would you like to do the full grid as there's only 15 or?
Oh, okay then. So who we got?
So yeah.
First place in the Audi is Chico. Obviously new over to the Audi, so looking forward to what he does. And then in second place, we move on to Espirito. Desperito. In second place in the Merc, again, I think that's a brilliant qualifying in that car.
Good looking livery, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm nearly in the car going through the wing.
Then we move over to Britt in the Ferrari.
We're just going to go inside his car to check for hamburgers.
Didn't he win at Brands?
No, I can't remember what happened to him.
I think he had a strong race, didn't he, last week?
He definitely had a strong race, but I don't think he was able to overtake John Dudley.
But he still had a strong result, though, and again in the Ferrari, I think he should do well tonight.
Absolutely right. There's no hamburgers in his car. I'll jump out.
Nope. Then, over to Anderson and his beautiful FFG McLaren livery.
Whoever made that is a genius.
Hey.
Is there any beers in his car? That's what I'm more checking. If you've seen his inside his van, you'll understand why I'm asking this.
Possible, mate. Possible. They're going to be empty.
That is true. Oh, look who it is over here in fifth.
Yeah, John and his racing and his mustache on the front of the Audi.
What's that?
He says their eyes. It's most definitely a mustache, mate.
That's 100% the mustache for his lips.
And then we move over to Nath in the Bentley. Do you know
I still love that livery.
Not only is it a beautiful livery, just sticking it out in the Bentley says a lot.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Who's this lad here?
Aaron in that Williams BMW M4, mate, up in 7th. Again, let's hopefully he's still in 7th or thereabouts by the time he finishes the first lap.
Is there any grip hacks in here? I'm just having a quick look. No, there's no grip hacks.
I think he's got anti-grip hats at the moment. He's done the wrong code.
Very true.
Then we moved to Polomini in the Aston in 8th. He's got a very subtle livery on that, hasn't he?
Indeed.
Batec once again showing he's got the 1 lap pace in the M4 in 9th.
Absolutely. And who's this?
Ransley in 10th, again in the McLaren. We seem to have quite a few McLarens on grid this year, don't we?
It's a McLaren minefield back here.
Phelan.
I actually really like that livery.
It's a nice livery, isn't it, mate? Nice livery. So he's 11th. And there's a Giles Holloway. He's in the grid, and he's McLaren, qualified in 12th. So, great to see him here.
I'm just going to check is there any grip hacks in this car. First time driver, and he's not last in the grid.
I'm sure if you do, mate, don't you have to have it as a sponsor on your car?
He really should. I'm just checking inside the car. Nah, there's a packet of Tesco Doritos, so I let him off.
Then after dog meat, Mr. Bazo Nil himself in that livery. I do like that livery.
It is. Do you know what? He done a great job. So he sent me that picture. He made that as a 3D render, that image, and asked me to apply it then and make the livery. But he done an amazing job with just how crisp those textures are. It was really, really a joy to work on that car. And I'm actually adding later on this evening, he's going to have a carbon splitter, carbon side skirts, and a carbon rear diffuser just to kind of break up the colours a bit.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be doing that later on from. Looking down here, who are we with now?
So we're up for Ante in 14th.
And Joe, I'm hoping this guy here as well, sorry, is just going to have a good race because he was so unlucky last week with getting involved in incidents that weren't his fault.
You don't. It's tough one, isn't it, racing, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then who's this back here?
The one, the only, thankfully.
Mr. Ellis.
Yes.
That's what we love to see, guys. Now, Chris, it is time for some racing. So I'm going to move my screen now onto the live screen now and get rid of my ugly face to let these guys enjoy. Chris, who do you think is going to be the top 3? We always try this. We always get it wrong, but it's a joy getting it wrong.
No, mate, if we didn't get it wrong, we'd be right. In the words of it's like a famous Michael Owen statement, that would be.
Who do you reckon?
Chico.
Okay.
I think Anderson can finish on the podium. I'm going first and second as they are.
Yeah.
And Anderson third.
I'm going to go Chico from Anderson, and I'm stuck between Dudley and Espiotto.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I thought Dudley might be able to do it as well.
And we are off. It's green for the next 90 minutes. This is going to be an absolute out-and-out race, but look at this. So Espiotto is trying to get a lead around the outside though of Chico. Chico's going to make sure he runs him wide. Chico stays ahead, but right behind him then, Oliver Anderson has already got by Britt.
Fantastic start. There. Not only was it being clean, but Chico there holding on to the start there, keeping the inside. I think when you're in the R8, you definitely have that confidence that you can get a very good start with the acceleration it gives you. And then obviously with Anderson grabbing third, the Ferrari is a little bit slow on the acceleration at the start of the race. So good on Anderson, and he's made full use of that start.
Matt Ransley though has lost quite a bit of time there. I wonder what happened to him. And then we have, it looks like Holloway going through, so Ferrante's let Giles through, so there was a little bit of an incident at the start, possibly including, I did see one in the McLaren spinning. Oh my god, and Giles after rear-ending Stacey there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that now on the replay myself, and that's so unfortunate. It's not the start Stacey would have wanted. What he needs to do now is just get back on track. Hopefully he's not carrying too much damage, and there's still a way back from this.
Oh no, absolutely. But Stacey's the kind of guy that'll race to the end, and look, he's not too far off another car there. Obviously it will be looked at after the race as always. We do have the telemetry running there, picking up any incidents.
And it's the fairest way to be, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're back on with the race leader now. So Chico is kind of settling in now. Espiotto is in second. Oliver in third position. Britt's in fourth. John Dudley sitting in fifth position, looking quite nice as well, to be fair. It's been fairly calm, although I have to say, shout out to Baz, off the race starts up 2 positions. I'm going to jump onto camera 2, I think, here, just to give a bit more view at the minute. But no, fair play to Baz, he's after doing a great race start.
He's up to 11th there. So, let's keep out of damage, out of trouble, and he should be doing well.
I'm just looking there, so Oliver Anderson is staying with Espiotto. Espiotto's just going to have to really play the long game here, play defensive but not too defensive, because he doesn't want exactly what Chico's doing where he's pulling a gap and it's just getting larger and larger. He needs to try and stay with Oliver and keep the pressure there, with Chico, even if it's only for a second or two. Just have 2 or 3 seconds gap max.
Yeah, what he needs to be doing here is Chico's pulling away. So what he needs to be doing here is trying to nail down some consistent lap times and not worry too much about what Chico's doing now. This may come back to him depending on how he does his strategy. We don't know if he's high fueled, we don't know if Chico's low fueled. So we can't take what we're seeing here as that sort of gospel as to what the race pace is over the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Preserve your tyres. I mean, what I found on Monday was that Chico was quick at the start, but I preserved my tyres a bit better. And before we'd done the first set of pits, I was actually reining them back in.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see here, but at the minute, it's looking quite tasty. Batek, though, is all over the back of Aaron here at the minute as well. So BMW versus BMW, an interesting battle.
It will be interesting because they're both going to have the same strengths and weaknesses. So this is going to have to be made in a different way. Applying pressure, possibly trying to get him to make a mistake. You see him flashing there, trying to put him off.
Doing the tether flash. Look at that, it's worked. Well done. Boys, listen to me as well. And Chris, I'm very, very proud.
But if you think about what he's done there, I have no issue in people flashing like that.
No.
I mean, to me, that is all part of racing. Yeah, you're trying to put off the car in front. He's flashed in coming to the braking zone. He has put off the car in front of him off.
Yeah.
And he's out missed his braking and he's made a position. That's part for me. I believe that's part of racing, and that's part and parcel of trying to make an overtake sometimes.
Absolutely. I think this is Batek 2.0 we're seeing today, guys. But he listened to me as well, because I told him not to be doing those dive bombs up the inside and trying to force away. But you see the way he let off earlier? He was on the brakes earlier, and now he's flashing the car. Oh, that's Aaron flashing him back.
Yeah, Mate, that was a fair, legitimate, and what I would call a very good overtake.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? He was being flashy. It was down to Aaron then to maintain concentration at that point.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Batek's done the right thing there. And like you said, he hasn't done anything stupid. He hasn't dive bombed him. He hasn't caused any accidents.
No,
brilliant.
brilliant.
Batek has got the pace. He just needs to work on that racecraft, and he can come a good driver.
Well, I think it's showing ahead, but I'm loving this battle here. Look at this. You got second, third, and fourth together, and then fifth and sixth right behind. Dudley and Warren are having a little ding dong as well. Two old rivals as well. So it's great to see those little battles going. Polyamy just has the edge on Batek at the minute with Aaron right behind him. Looking back, Phelan has the gap on Baz at the minute. Then look at this as well. So you have Holloway kind of by himself, but Ransley and Ferrante are at it as well. So at the minute, there's just hard racing everywhere you look.
Yeah, like, we knew that as well, that we could see from qualifying that there was going to be some tight battles today.
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot of drivers on here who are around a similar pace.
Absolutely. Well, it's definitely going to be looking quite tasty. So I'm going to jump on with Dudley here. So coming down the main straight, look at that. First, they're all on the straight up till 7 or 8 are all still on the same straight, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
First pit stop coming in, by the way. Polyamy's jumped in.
That's quite a good move, mate. I think Batek was behind him, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So what he's looked there, he's obviously doesn't want to get into a battle. If that was me now, I think this would have been preempted. He'd be coming in for a litre of fuel and then aiming to pit again midway through the race.
Absolutely. Look at this. Oliver is putting the pressure all over Espiotto, and Britt is right there as well. Britt's looking to capitalise possibly.
No.
We'll go back 15 seconds. I could see that coming somewhere. You never go the inside there because it's such a late apex.
Jumping on with Britt now. With Anderson. That was so unfortunate.
But the good thing is Britt's waited and let Anderson go back by.
He's done the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can't. When you make a mistake, he has done the right thing in letting him by. Yes, there'll be a penalty applied still, but
yeah,
we expect good, decent race craft and sportsmanship in the league.
Absolutely.
But what I would say here is Mr. Dudley is the biggest winner out of all of this.
Actually, Nathan Warren is, because he got by Dudley as well. So Nathan Warren up to third position.
Well, there we are then. There we are. So them two now can sort of get their head down and create a big gap. And you never know, they might start catching up second place.
Oliver's jumped into the pits now as well, which I don't blame him. But for Espiotto, I'd say he is breathing the biggest sigh of relief.
Yes,
he was under huge pressure.
He's locked down second place as well, isn't he?
Yeah, for now. A long way to go.
We don't know what fuel levels people are carrying.
Yeah.
That's what makes it interesting. Now, if he's carrying heavy fuel, okay, hits the middle of the race, changes tyres, then he might come back later on in the race and just put a litre of fuel in. Okay, that could be a possibility. Now, Chico might be light fueled and he might pit on the hour mark. We just don't know, but this can still come back into play depending on what fuel levels people are carrying.
Absolutely. But at the minute, quite an interest. I don't know where to be looking really, but it's very, very interesting. But I'm very impressed though with Giles, even after the spin at the start, up in the 10th position. His very first league race as far as I'm aware. And he normally even used racing line, and then he didn't realise that we disabled that. So this guy is driving out of his skin, in fairness. Good on him. And it's a tough track to get to grip with, Valencia. What a track to start out on. I know. These sort of tracks I love, but they take me that little bit longer just to get to grips with. And I don't know why. It was the same with Misano. They just take that little bit longer to get that line right. Yeah. But it's such a great track, and I'm a big believer in not using the racing line. Yeah, I'm the same. To be honest with you, you're better off using as little assist as humanly possible. Obviously, the only thing that I had to adjust with this game, you kind of have to use TC to get a better lap time. TC and ABS, mate, it's what the cars are built to use them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Not to use them, and they're made to be used. But I have to say, Holloway's doing a great job here, Giles, is against Ransley. Ransley is kind of a veteran now at this stage. He's raced with us a little bit, and he does race everywhere else. So this is a great, for his very first race, this is a great little showing he's putting on, and very impressive. And definitely, I'm sure you could be noting him to try and get him into Amigos as well.
Oh, it's always great to have these extra drivers in, mate. It's always good. My main issue here about Holloway watching him here is that I'm worried that he might actually be getting some warnings.
I noticed that on one corner, yeah.
It looks like he's just going over someplace, and if he's not careful, he might be picking himself up a drive through this race.
Yeah. But this is actually the closest battle on track.
Flash. Ransley giving a good old flash.
I love it. I say for Chico, this must be nice. For a change, nothing bad's happened. He's just getting his head down. He has the pace, and consistency seems to be there. And this is a track that Chico loves, by the way, as well.
Yeah, what he doesn't want to be doing right now is chasing lap times.
No. Oh.
That would be my biggest advice to Chico now is head down. You got the pace.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing lap time.
Holloway is putting himself under pressure. He got one of the corners wrong, and he's carrying. I think he's going too wide. That could be a drive-through coming soon for him, the way he's going at the minute.
I think he managed to keep it within the curb, so he should have been alright on that final exit. But there is some where he is going wide and he is pushing it, and he just needs to be a little bit careful.
See, this is the experience that'll come once he gets used to racing. I suppose in the league racing with close. This is what shows the inexperience from the experience.
Yeah.
He needs to let off.
I think sometimes when people are under pressure, they're too busy racing from the back.
Yeah.
Where the biggest advice I could give is make sure you hit the apex.
Absolutely. And here's Oliver trying to get his way back through after getting a pit stop in. He definitely has the pace in front. If Franti just gave up in the fight there. Do you know what?
Perfect racing, mate. That's perfect racing. They're in a different race, mate. They're in two different races.
That's what I love to see. Now, Polyamy is coming very, very close up. Oh, 7 positions after having a bit of a moment. That's Batek. Oh, a huge incident for him. Let's go back 15 seconds to look. Oh, he just lost on the curb. He got on the brakes.
It's big damage as well on the front, you can see. That's so unfortunate.
He done the best he could just to catch that there. That was a sudden snap.
That's such a shame. Such a shame. Straight in the pits.
It's a long race still. He has pace. Hopefully he can get back up into at least the top 8, as he's done a great job there. That's quite unlucky from him. We're going to jump back on now. Polyamy has made it by Stacey while we were looking at that.
Just working his way through, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, what I'd say going back to the 90-minute race is that you do have some breathing room.
Yeah.
If you do make an accident, it is a 2 pit stop race. You might not change tyres this time around, for example, and then come back in. Yeah. About mid-race, change tyres and fill up to the end. So strategy can still be a big part of this race to make positions up.
100%. And even look at Stacey, so Batek still stop. I'm sure it's probably about a minute of damage in that, or close to at least 40 seconds, because that was I feel bad for him because he's had a great race so far. Can't fault him for what he's done, and I was really genuinely gunning for him for a good race. But look, let's see how he recovers back from this and where he ends up in the end.
That'll be interesting. I'm just going to click on Chico here. He's still just chipping away in either times.
Oh, Chico's just in his own race though. He's staying consistent. Like Espioto was faster last lap. Chico is just kind of driving within his means.
But the gap, generally, still not that big.
But at the minute, I don't think he needs to be overdoing his tyres.
No, Chico doesn't need to be chasing lap time.
No.
But going back, Esposito, he's only 4 seconds behind.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's a great. This race is still to play for.
Oh yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I think he's just pacing himself, which is the right thing to do. If he has that 4 second gap, keep it in around the 4 seconds. No point working these tyres too much. If he can pull these out even to 50 minutes, 60 minutes at keeping the gap like that, then he can go on to a fresh set of tyres then at the 60-minute mark and up that pace a bit with fresh tyres, lighter fuel load, and he'll be rapid.
Yeah, he doesn't need to change lap time.
Yeah.
You're leading the race. Don't go chasing lap time.
Well, he's doing a great job though. When I jump on my 13th and 12th, they're having a battle. That's Holloway and Polyamy, 2 different races. But Holloway trying to get as much experience in. He's running wide. I think he's probably struggling with having no racing lines. So this is a school for him here today.
Yeah, this is all stuff he's going to have to learn, pick up on, gain experience. Today will do him the world of good.
Oh yeah. Because where he's overshooting it, he'll eventually learn, right, I need to break that little bit earlier to get this right. I need slightly less input. And by the end of the race, his lap times will improve massively, but his consistency will be on the way to being a consistent racer. At the minute, this is a pure and utter learning for him. And I'm enjoying watching it because there are mistakes, Chris, that we've made back in the days when we started out racing.
Everyone's been there and done it. Everyone has been there, done it, made them. And we've all had to go and learn from them. And I tell this to everyone, you know, don't get too caught up. We've all been there and made them mistakes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Isn't he? John's just chipping away, mate. Chipping away.
A chip in a chair, isn't that what they say?
I mean, I'm impressed with Nathan third. I didn't see that.
Yeah, we missed that move when we were looking back at the incident. When Nathan, obviously, when all that was going on, he just got an opportunistic gap around John as well and went for it.
Yeah, what he's doing in that Bentley today around here it's unbelievable.
I'd say the Bentley be quite good around here because it's a very good car on its tyres and it's quite a stable car to drive as well.
Yeah, but I do think it's been hit on the bob.
Definitely, but sometimes the bop isn't going to play too much when it's a warm track like it is today, and it's a very high deck track anyway when it comes to tyres.
Yeah. I wouldn't see it though. I'd personally say this suits more of a mid-engine car. However, you got the Merc there in second place. So, what do I know?
Well, I can tell you one thing: there's one car it doesn't suit, and that's the Porsche. From experience.
McLaren's strong around here. I know Chico done a new personal best round here in the R8 today.
Yeah.
So he's actually beaten his McLaren time. So clearly that's a strong car to have around here.
I'm surprised the Audi's back as strong as it is.
My main concern with the Audi is not so much how strong it is right now, it's how Kunos might hit it long term. With them backing out of GT3s,
yeah.
Is it going to get absolutely hammered long term? So therefore, do you want to, for me personally, do I want to then go and spend the time learning it now?
Why did they pull it out though? I don't understand why they pulled the Audi out of the GT3s though.
Formula 1, mate.
Oh, they're going all out for Formula 1.
Yeah.
I think the GT3 is more relevant to them though for what they do.
I would 100% agree, mate.
But then again, F1 is relevant because it's just gotten so popular over the last few years with Drive to Survive that it has a whole new fan base. So yeah, I think it's probably good because you'll see all like the rich Americans and Arab countries and all, they'll buy it, like the likes of the Mercedes and the McLarens and that as well. So possibly that might be it, but also with the technology.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Formula 1, it's always supposed to be the pinnacle in technology.
Yeah.
I still think Audi maybe let down a lot of people by backing out the way they have done.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump back on here. Oliver got a lovely move here on Ramsey. I only jumped on with Oliver as it happened. It was a nice little inside move. Ramsey goes to the outside, Oliver up to the inside. Thank you, baby, and on to the next one, he says. And he's next up the road is Baz.
A very good move that. It's, like I say, making them moves stick, making them clean.
Absolutely. I think Oliver's just pushing so hard. I think he's putting himself under stress here to get back up.
But again, going back, yes, he needs to get through these drivers. They'll be slowing him down. But he's pitted once already.
Yeah.
So he just needs to calm down. Calculate these moves. Don't do anything stupid because, like here now, what's going to happen now, that knock he had a little bit earlier may potentially stop him making his overtake now. May not, but that's the risk you're taking sometimes.
I wouldn't go on the inside here. Although he's going for it. Although Baz is giving him the room.
Yeah, I think he backed out a little bit early there, not to get involved. Again, that's not your fight.
Yeah.
It's actually good going. Good driving.
Yeah.
On both accounts.
So look at this though. Oh no, maybe I'm just looking now. I thought that was Nathan Warren. Sorry, they jumped up behind Esposito there. I was like, what did Nathan do? That he's right on second place.
Oh, he's saying no. He's pulling away from John though.
Oh, he definitely is. He's being nice and consistent there. Looking at lap times there, John's in the 1:33 last time round had a bit of a moment, half a second, but John's been kind of more consistently the late 32s, while Warren's kind of mid. So every lap you're talking between 2 to 4 or 5 tenths.
Yeah.
So it's definitely pulling out. So now Ransley and Baz will be having a little bit of a ding dong soon enough, I would reckon. It's quite spread out at the minute because some have pitted now. So the story won't be told, I'd say, until the last half an hour of the race, really.
Yeah, exactly that. We are now in that sort of in-between stage where not every driver's going to know where they are in this race.
No.
Because we don't understand the strategies which people are applying.
Yeah. I'm just on here now at Batek. He is 3/4 of a lap behind 14th position, but then again, he's fixed a lot of damage, bit of drift from him there, but he's also at least got one of his pit stops out of the way.
Yeah, he's done with. And we're trying to think now. So Stacey in front of him hasn't pitted.
So Batek's actually got his 2 pit stops done. We missed that. Batek says 2 pit stops done. That's him on to the end if he wants.
He's just got to drive through.
No.
That's why he's shaking his car there. He's just got to drive through.
I still think that he's got his 2 pits done. The drive through is going to lose about 24 seconds.
No, I don't think he's done his 2 pit stops, mate. I think he got an SG30.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw it pop up earlier, but then it went again. So he must have. So I think today he's obviously had the accident. I think he's had an SG30. He's now got a drive through.
And Dudley's in the pits as we speak. So that's the first one for Dudley.
There he is with his mustache.
So he's got injected lips and a mustache. How did he convince his wife to marry him a few weeks ago?
Mate, there's some universal questions you're just never going to get the answer to, and that may be one of them.
I'll write into Mystic Meg. How did he get a wife?
Yeah. How did he manage that? He's just stopped for a litre of fuel, look at that, straight in, straight out. And this is what we're touching on. And he's actually done that a little bit, maybe a bit earlier than I expected. But I think he's maybe seen a gap where he can get in and out.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, Oliver made up a lot of time to him though after Oliver's spin and everything. He's about 5 seconds-ish off?
Yeah, but if Oliver's changed tyres, then that might explain that. Again, we don't know what fuel levels got. John's clearly running heavy on fuel.
Well, Oliver had heavy damage with that spin as well. So to be fair for Oliver, he's done a great comeback drive so far. And
fantastic.
I just think he needs to be patient. Patience is all he needs. Get the need for the Russian to go again. But look at this, Chico starting to up the times a little bit as well. So Chico might be considering maybe getting an early pit stop done, possibly, as he's amped up the times to 1:32.5 last lap. Maybe that's just a retaliation to the 1:32.2 behind of Esposito.
Yeah, he just needs to keep his head down. Don't burn them tyres out. The Audi's so strong on the acceleration. Just the rears. Just be careful. Be patient.
Yeah.
So who's got drive through? So Batek's got a drive through. Gars Holloway's got a drive through as well.
Yeah, we knew Holloway. This is going to be more of a learning race than an actual all hands on deck pushing because he's learning to drive with no racing line or.
Yeah, I mean Chico's actually getting up behind Ferrante now. He's 0.6 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Oh, he's actually let him pass. So that's worked out well for him. So
nice.
Also, we were talking about back markers earlier, weren't we? And obviously Chico's pace now, and this is one of the things he's going to get more and more of.
What I really like about Anthony Ferrante, he's super aware about the drivers around him, and he understands if it's not his race, he gets out of the way. Honestly, I have massive respect for Ferrante. Even last week when he got murdered, he still stayed going to the end, but he was always very respectful of the cars around him. And you know what? 10 out of 10 for it, honest to God.
What he is, mate, he's a very clever driver.
Yeah.
And that goes a long, long way. He will benefit from that long term.
Yeah.
Just trying to see who's gone into pit. So Batek's now in the pit.
And I think that was Holloway as well, following him,
Holloway
wasn't it?
oh, yeah, 2 drive-throughs, yeah. So we've got 2 going into the pit there.
Yeah. So now 14th is coming down the main straight as well. So Stacey Ellis might be getting himself an extra position back here, because you've got 13th, and he's gone into 13th position.
Give room here though. We just got to be careful here because we know how this corner can come together.
Oh, Batek pulled out with that one.
Yeah. That is better from Batek. That is good driving. That is. He's pulled out the move. He hasn't made a dive bomb there, and then he's made the move there. See that? Yeah. Very good driving from him, and well done. Oh, Stevie's made a dive there. There's no denying that.
Do you know something though?
In the flashing of the lights.
Batek is absolutely astounding me how good he's been. Batek seen that and got out of it instead of letting the accident happen as well. Even though if the accident happened, Stacey would have been getting the book thrown at him. Batek done smart racing there. He's thinking the long game. So I'm loving this Batek 2.0.
Mate, 100%, mate. We got to give. Joe, we give penalties and people get the book thrown at them if they're making mistakes and too many mistakes. But then on the flip side, if someone has shown signs of improvement and listening and applying what he's being told, then you got to stand there and go, Joe, what? Good on you. You're listening. You're trying to learn. We can see the improvement and great racing so far.
He's been got Batek's a lap down from Stacey as well. So Stacey didn't need to fight that hard either. Oh, Batek's gone for the outside.
What he needs to do, that's Joe. That's impatience. That's annoyance.
I think that's frustration. Yeah.
I think he knows he's quicker.
Yeah.
And that move slowed him down.
Yeah.
Just needs to get his head down now and not worry about it now.
That's it. You kind of just have to let what's happened happen go. Otherwise, you'll end up doing me and just getting out of the race.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. He just needs to put his head down, not worry about it now. He's done so many right things today. Yes, he's had some issues, but he's done so many right things. I think today what we need to look at and what he needs to look at is all the stuff he's done right.
For me, massive improvement, massively impressed with him, even though he's not having the race of his life, unfortunately. Other issues, of course, with tyres, and that curb murdered him. I think if the curb wasn't there, he was on for an amazing race.
Yeah, he's done well today, mate. I can't deny that today.
So Baz is in the pits now as well.
Yeah, he's doing his first pit. So who's still got pits to do? Who have we got? We've got Baz is also doing one now. Chico's still got one to do. Esposito's still got one to do. Warren still needs to go in. Ferrante still hasn't gone in. Britt hasn't gone in. Stacey hasn't gone in.
I think
Giles Holloway.
I think basically the top 5 haven't actually pitted. 6th and 7th have pitted. 10th and 11th have pitted.
Britt's in now.
Just as you say that.
Yeah, so I'm just going to stick on Britt here. I'm just going to see what he does.
No bother. I'm going to see if there's anyone fighting each other, which there doesn't seem to be at the minute. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to jump on with Chico while that's going on. A beautiful car. So Chico back into the low 32s now. Definitely starting to pull a little bit more of a gap just to give him space. He's now over 6 seconds clear of Esposito. So in the last few laps he's pulled over a second and a half.
Wow, seems like a long pit this from Britt. So I wonder if he's changing tyres.
Tyres and fuel.
Yeah, he's just dropped it now.
So he was stationary. Let me have a look really quick. He was stationary for 21 seconds, so that wouldn't have been tyres, that was fuel.
It would be tyres. So he's fueled up quite a bit though. So that would have been. How long was he stationary for?
21 seconds. So there could have been a bit of damage with the incident with Anderson and fuel.
Yeah. So I reckon 60 litres takes about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's
probably
not enough
2
to
seconds
go to the
of
end.
damage.
Yeah. So I reckon he's pitted on the hour mark, so I reckon he's putting about 60 litres, mate.
Yeah.
To go for an extra half an hour, and he's repaired some damage.
Yeah.
Is what I would say he's done there.
And Feeling's in the pits as well, by the way.
So what we got there from Britt, I think what we're seeing from him, he's going to go thirds, if you know what I mean, in terms of his strategy.
Yeah. But the next time around, he'll definitely see tyres. That'll be at least a 30-second stop.
Yes, it will be. It just depends when he chooses to come in now.
Yeah, and failing stop there, 36 seconds. That was definitely fuel and damage.
So yeah, and he's got an hour to go. So it wouldn't surprise me then if his next one is a splash and dash.
Absolutely, and he's gone ahead of, well, he stayed ahead of Stacey, now on the same lap as well, and Stacey right behind him. So feeling on fresh tyres, it'll be a lap to kind of get them up to 10 properly, and then he'll start pulling away.
Yeah, but what we're seeing there though is again is these two strategies play out at the moment.
Yeah. And fourth and fifth, so Holloway and Dudley, very, very close. Bo have, well, sorry, Dudley's on a pit, so Dudley's catching Holloway at a rate of knots actually.
Yeah, I'm just seeing Dudley here now. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Holloway.
Yeah.
And that's after a pit now. If I was Holloway here now, I wouldn't be fighting this. He's not pitted. He doesn't want to be losing.
It's sometimes hard not to fight though, isn't it, when like it's an active position? The racer sometimes just gets over. It's like, right, fight.
I always go down to the thing of, don't give it away. Yeah, but don't go losing time.
Yeah.
You know, you take your racing line, and if he gets to the point where he's going to get past you or fight you, then lift off.
100%.
Don't go slowing up or giving that position. Make him work for it, and when he gets to the point where you feel like the move's sort of kind of there, then back out of it.
It's easier said than done sometimes with Nathan Warren in the pits for his first pit stop. So while that's going on,
third, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see where he comes out in terms of where John is.
So I'm going to stay on here.
You stay. If you're staying on Nathan, I'm staying on John. John's down the main straight now.
Nathan's still in the pit, so that's John just about to go by.
Yeah, so we know John's splash and dashed.
Wow, so this must be Nathan's gone again, so that was a fuel stop. 18 seconds stopped.
So again, he's stuck in, depending if he's had damage, he's stuck in about 60, 65 litres maybe.
Yeah. Frante's in the pits as well.
So going back to the strategies, John was behind him by about, 4 seconds?
Yeah, he's jumped him there massively by doing that splash and dash. So John's obviously quite good with tyres.
But I don't, not just that, John would have been heavy fueled, where it doesn't look like Nathan was. Obviously, John's filled up to do the first hour maybe. Yeah. And then what he's done, he's gone and put a litre in when Nathan looks like he's low fueled. Obviously had the speed from having the lower fuel. That's where the time difference was coming in.
Yeah.
Obviously after the first stop, we now see how that's played out. And this is where what makes it interesting.
It's definitely interesting here because
so
Dudley...
What's the time there? Is that 9 seconds gap between them?
It's about to... as that is, Stacey had us spinning right in front of Holloway, and Dudley, fair play to Stacey, just put the power in and got off the track. But see, Dudley now is going to be at this kind of moment thinking, right, I need to get by Aaron soon, otherwise I'm going to be losing out time here, because this is now going to be crucial for him, because next time round... Actually, no, they both have to do tyres, so no, it's crucial just not to lose time, I suppose, and pull out the gap.
The bit I find interesting here at the moment, if that's about 8-9 seconds made, depending on what Chico and Esposito's done, that could see Esposito take the lead. Yeah. If he's doing a similar, if Chico and Esposito are doing a similar thing.
Yeah, very interesting.
So it actually shows how that first and second is still all to play for as well. Yeah, he needs to work his way past it. Only Johnny will be a bit impatient, but he's going to want to get past. Well,
they have two back markers ahead of them. They've got 11th now, which is Baz, and then 14th, which is
no.
Batek. That's not what Dudley needed.
No. Very lucky not to spin him
out. Look, Anderson is very much with Dudley now as well.
It's a great cover drive.
Look at the damage though that's on Baz's car, so we missed Baz obviously having a heavy impact somewhere. The front of his car has quite a bit of damage on it.
And he's through. That's Anderson is he's got the bit between his teeth, and he's trying to close down that gap.
Absolutely, he's absolutely on it. And so Dudley now not only had Nathan Warren there as a contender, he has Anderson, because don't forget Anderson has done one pit as well, and that's a recovery drive and a half, because he'd stopped for damage and everything, and he lost time with the spin.
I think John might. I don't know how frustrating John will be. I don't know if he's genuinely. Oh, Stacey's just got a drive through.
Oh no.
So we don't know what pace John's got in compared to Holloway in front of him. We don't know how much he's been holed up, and we know Holloway hasn't actually changed tyres yet or pitted. But
So Baz and Stacey are in the pits. Obviously, Stacey doing the drive-through. Baz recovering, getting a pit stop done while also surely repairing that damage.
yes,
It's quite a heavy bit.
He's made that very aggressive, but very clean.
Got to go back on a replay and do a helicam on this because that was super kind of sideways. It was like it was a split decision, wasn't it? He just went for it then with Batek going.
Yeah, very good move though. I think that was one of the moves where you were committed, but committed in a good way.
Yeah, but look at that. He's pulled out a gap on Dudley again because Dudley got stuck behind for another corner or two with Batek. Although he's after going wide there, Holloway. You don't need to be doing that, Aaron. Esposito was in the pits from second position, so P2 is finally in for his first stop as well. This will be an interesting one.
Yeah, so let's jump on with him and see how long he stops for.
So I understand the helicam with him. We'll watch anyone going by. Third and fourth are still there. Oliver's still behind Batek as well.
It's not been a splash and dash, has it? I wonder if he's going to change tyres.
Well, we're at nearly 20 seconds now, so 18 seconds stopped and going again. That was the fuel.
So again, that's about 60 litres worth of fuel he's put in.
Yeah. And still nicely clear, the guys. Though not as clear as he probably wanted to be.
Well, Joe, what's done that? It's John's obviously been held up here for that battle. That could have been a lot closer if that hadn't been the case.
Also, you look to where Oliver was on his tail as well. Oliver's less than about 10 seconds off now. That's unbelievable. Damn, that guy could have easily been second today with the pace he's running at.
I think I had him for third as well, didn't I?
Yeah, I had him for second. Well, I was stuck between Esposito and I think it was Dudley for third though. Chico's in the pits now. He might as well sip and have a latte and relax.
This would be interesting to see if he changes tyres.
He probably should now, just get it done with. But then again, he probably doesn't want to be stuck behind these guys battling. He's probably better off doing, if he's doing a splash and dash, do it now.
Well, what's the gap, isn't it? 36 seconds. As we stand, 35.
Yeah.
Depends what he does now. This is going to be interesting. I mean, lucky enough, the line's right there in front of him. So as soon as he gets released again, he's gone. Right, he's splash and dash, but something's wrong.
11 seconds stopped.
Yeah, so he's only stuck in a few litres, mate, but he obviously missed the restart as well. By the
I think ignition that was, because the engine looked like cut off for a second.
Yeah, he got dropped and then didn't get going. So he's lost a few more seconds there. I reckon he's stuck in, 10 litres or something?
So I'd say there's about 8 seconds worth of fuel max there.
Okay, so he's maybe stuck in, I reckon, about 20 litres, mate. What wouldn't surprise me here with Chico right now, if he's filled up to go to about 40 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And then he's going to come in again and then change tyres and then do a big refuel, basically.
Yeah, that's in about 12 minutes time.
Yeah.
Dudley's all over the back of Aaron. This is hurting Dudley massively.
Well, it is, yeah, because he's got the pace and Aaron hasn't pitted yet. He's been stuck behind a driver who's on a completely different strategy here.
Yeah.
And the issue is he's now got Anderson behind him who's on the same strategy as him. But what I would say is I don't feel like Aaron's been in a position where Dudley has been on him, if you know what I mean. He's always been that so far back.
I think this is the closest I've seen Dudley in quite a few laps, to be fair.
Yeah, but he's still a car length off, though, if you know what I mean.
Anderson right up there as well.
Yep.
Dudley needs sweating.
John needs to do what Dudley needs to do over this corner now. He just needs to close in and get the run down this straight and force the move now into T1.
He needs to get the Aaron blockade between him and Anderson.
Yeah. Oh,
Dudley's pitted.
Okay. No, he's done the right thing here.
Yeah.
He's got stuck.
Chico's in for a second pit as well, so Chico's double pitting. He's doing the tyres now.
Yep.
Oh, this is a spicy tamale.
Which surprised me then why No, Chico got an SG30.
Oh my god, he didn't.
The John's in.
Oh my god, did this happen because... Did he speed coming out of the pit? Oh my god.
No, because if he sped coming out the pits, it'd be a drive-through.
Oh, Chico.
So Chico's off again. Chico's now in 7th, and he's got to get his head down. What he needs to do now is just keep calm,
Quality
keep cool,
laps.
keep collective. Yep.
Quality laps to the point where it's not overly aggressive.
Yeah, don't go taking out drivers in front of you because you're quicker. John's just leaving pits now. So he's had to change the tyres by the looks of it.
I'll tell you one thing, John and Oliver will be sniffing at a win, so Esposito will need to keep that pace up.
Hey, well, this whole thing's... Oh, Stacey's got a DSQ.
Did he?
Yep,
He must have went into the pits at about 500 miles an hour.
most probably.
At and over 100 kilometers automatically disqualified you because we have DSQs turned off. Oh wow. Well, unfortunately, the game decides that because we have the DSQs turned off, other than if obviously it's something like that. So Oliver's back into the pit, so Oliver's doing a second pit stop now. This will be interesting to see.
Going back, mate, this is why I love the 90-minute races. Strategies are so mixed and so varied that you just don't know what people are doing.
No.
And because it's 2 pits, people mix it up if they get caught. A bit like what John did. John wouldn't have planned to pit then, but he was caught up.
So what I'm interested to see now, is Dudley going to get by Anderson, or does Anderson get out ahead?
Or Chico, just that Aston's so quick in a straight.
Yeah. Right, so 30 seconds. I'm expecting Anderson to drop. Anderson's not dropped yet. What's going on with Anderson? No, he's still down. He's still in the pits. He's only going now. 36 seconds gone. Oh, that's Dudley coming up by him. Dudley has got by him. So he's 2 seconds slower in the pits than Dudley was that time round.
And there's the difference there. He's come out the pits 1.4 behind.
Wow. So that's just down to who is the best raw pace now, really, between both of them.
Yeah. And John's got 3 air in front of him now.
Aaron's still going. Does Aaron not remember he's to pit twice?
Yeah, he's not showing he's pitted at all. I don't know what about you.
No, he hasn't. But I'm worried about him because it's not like an hour race. He should be getting one of the pits now. There's no point impeding him. Get the fresh tyres on. And just kind of continue on and do a splash and dash later on if he wants to.
It wouldn't surprise me if he pits within the next 3 minutes.
He kind of needs to if he wants to stay at reasonable pace.
Yeah. If
Because otherwise
if he pits in the next 3 minutes, he's basically going half and half on tyres.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to really affect you more than anything else. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. And then basically if he fills up to the end of the race and then just comes back in for a litre of fuel, it doesn't really make too much difference, if you know what I mean. But again, it just depends how people are playing it.
Absolutely. And Chico's cleared Polyamy nicely there.
Yeah. He will be so frustrated from that mistake. He just needs to put his head down. Do you know what? Chico can still win this race.
He has the pace to do it, so I'd be interested to see just how much he can extract out of the car. And remember, he hasn't changed for tyres yet.
No, he hasn't, has he?
So this is the thing. He still has a pit stop to go. We are talking at least a minute. Now, obviously, the guys ahead still have to pit anyway. Obviously, Aaron has to pit twice, but all the other guys have to pit at least once.
I'm trying to think who's behind him. Yeah, he's going to lose out to Dudley and Ian Anderson.
Oliver is pulling in Dudley like there's no tomorrow here.
I just fancied Oliver today. He and to be frank, if Chico hadn't made that mistake and Esposito obviously doing what he's doing, he would have. I think third is definitely where he could be. But now mistakes have happened within the race.
Well, if he didn't get hit by Britt, I think second was on the cards for Oliver straight up.
Personally, I don't think second was on for him.
He was all over the back of Esposito, or sorry, of Of Esposito, yeah. I honestly think he had the pace today, genuinely.
But I do. I mean, I put him on to be in the podium. I do know he's got speed today.
Yeah, Ransley's now in the pits. Oh, where is he? There he is. So that's Ramsey in for a second time, if I remember correctly.
Guys, Holloway's got a drive-through, mate. He's got his second one of the race.
Oh, Giles. Oh, wow, well, that's why. Look at that.
He needs to be going in, yeah.
Keep it up, Giles. Your first race in, and you're still not last, technically, because Stacey got disqualified. So, to be fair, it's still something for you. It's all about getting that time in.
John's pushing, going wide at the T1.
Oh, there's a fight going on there now.
I have to stay on this race here. There's too much to play for between these two now.
Yeah. Two different lanes. John takes a slightly wider line while Oliver's using more of the track to try and carry as much speed through the apexes and use the aero that McLaren does have.
Yeah, again, it's just applying the doing strength to the car, and the R8 likes to be rotated and get on power.
Yeah.
The McLaren likes the mid-corner speed, so yeah, it's just two different driving styles of the car. See how much they're pushing. They're both pushing.
Oliver got that front there.
Line. Rotate, power.
Yeah.
Untalented motorsports. I
love it. We're racing in Silverstone on the 9th. We're racing in the Merc for the 9 hour of SSRI.
Okay.
So I've never drove the Merc, so I'm going to start getting practice in for that, as Batek is in now for a second pit as well.
And that's a genuine pit stop as well, so that will see him done for the race.
I still think a top 10 is on the cards from if he keeps going the way he's going. Once there's no more kind of curbs getting in his way, because he was very unlucky.
Mate, his driving today's been so much better.
Yeah.
100%. Been so much better.
Although now our race leader is up behind some traffic. Now he's got two back markers. Ransley's after getting out of the way of one of them. So that's Giles, I think, and Ransley. Ransley's decided on the pits, yeah. So now I'm wondering, does Giles know about the blue flag? And like, we can't give out to him too much if he doesn't get out of the way. Hopefully he knows how to get out of the way in a safe manner, because that's definitely Giles Ransley. Oh, Holloway, Jesus Christ, Ransley. Giles Holloway, fucking hell. So, no impressive being round on lap one, no braking, no attempt to give it back. Stacey, I think Stacey and Giles had a bit of an incident. Remember that little rear ending? Yeah, so this is Ransley's first ever sim race, so we'll definitely have a chat with him about that there. But yeah, you were unlucky with lap one, to be fair. Britt's in the pits, as is Polly Amy, and Ransley's still in the pits, so this is interesting. I think this is Britt's second stop.
It'll be interesting because they're both one behind each other, so it's full position. So I'm very interested to see how they make this.
As Dudley and Anderson go by them. Let's see, so Ransley going ahead, so it's Polly Amy we need to keep an eye on.
Has he got his pit wrong? Is he getting lifted again?
Asher's been here a while. That can't be the case. 31, 32. So that is Britt going now. Polly Amy though still has to be stopped for at least under 8 or 9 seconds. So now Britt's comfortably clear.
Yeah.
Comfortably clear there.
Looks like they're changing tyres that time around as well.
Yeah. This battle is spicing up as well.
There you go, and he's off.
Nathan Warren's in the pits now for the second time as well. Aaron Holloway still hasn't pitted yet.
I wonder what's going on there.
He is going to start hemorrhaging time, whatever he's doing now. Because those tyres are going to start feeling dead now. This is the phase of the race where they'll be feeling dead.
He's on them for too long, mate, now.
Yeah.
He's not utilising the fact that he can change tyres and should change tyres at this point.
Yeah. Unless he's planning to come in and put fuel in fresh tyres and quality the lap out of it, all he can do. But he still has to do another splash and dash regardless. I think this is going to affect his position now.
It is, mate. It is, because the time he's going to be losing now is going to be too much.
Yeah. So Nathan is still in the pits. He is stopped for 37, 38, 30. He lost 38 seconds stationary. That's quite a long stop. He must have had some damage. Or maybe he missed the pit.
You'd be interested to know, though, that Chico is up to third, with Holloway still not pitted. And he's 33 seconds behind.
Well, Esposito still has to do one more pit, so Chico is flying out there. Fastest lap last lap round, a 131.6.
Chico's still got to do a pit as well, though, bear in mind.
That is honestly so unfair for Chico. It is what it is, though, isn't it?
Well, the race isn't just about outright speed, though, is it?
No.
We knew Chico...
Aaron's finally pitted.
There we are. So, there we go. In he comes. Chico's in as well.
You could hear him making sure he got on the brakes a bit earlier this time to make sure nothing. So, it's going to be interesting to see how long Aaron stopped for, because he does have one more pit to do, and I'm sure this is probably the long one, getting the tyres done.
If I were Aaron now, I'll be doing pit back to back.
Oh, they're saying in and out, done.
Yeah, I'll be changing tyres now. Or whichever way. Do you know what I mean? Changing tyres, coming back in, putting a litre of fuel in. But
right. He's dropped down now and he's out.
Yeah. I'll be doing back-to-back pits now and getting them out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, what he's tried doing here, tyres last decently for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And basically, that looks like what he's tried to do.
Yeah, I think 45 was a safer option.
Yeah. Yeah, I think personally, I think he's gone slightly too far. But you can see what he's tried doing there by the looks of that.
100%. Well, he's still in fourth, but now he does have to pit again. So we're looking at that. Oliver Anderson, by the way, up into third. John Dudley in second. And they have done both at their pit stops now.
Yep, and they are fighting. And what's interesting to know here is that Dudley's only 58, 59 seconds behind the leader.
At the minute, I think they're going to jump ahead of Esposito. The only thing is, though, if you're Dudley, I know you're essentially fighting for the race win, but at the minute Oliver is just sitting there. I think Oliver's going to sit and wait and then try and just do a jump move near the end. So if you're Dudley, would you like to keep just pulling him along, or would you like to sit behind and get pulled?
No, pull him along, mate. Yeah. If you overtaking around here can be hard work. I'd rather be track position.
Fair.
But like you're saying, what you're saying there, if I was sitting in behind, I would just sit in behind.
That's what I do, because if I was Oliver now, I'd be sitting there till near the end, saving tyres as much as you can, and just kind of guiding along with it, and then put the pressure on.
It depends how aware they are of the leader and what pace they got, basically. If they should be catching the leader up, which I think they are slowly.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at this thinking, hang on a minute, we got a chance to take first and second here, rather than second and third. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit in here, and we'll see how it plays out. And do you know what? If we don't take first and second after the pits,
Aaron's back
then we'll
in.
start fighting. He's done exactly what we said, didn't we?
Splash and dash, splash and dash, splash and dash. He's stopped a long time. There's a splash and dash with a little bit more, too much fuel, I think. 8 seconds stopped.
Yeah, he's stuck in about 20 litres, isn't he?
You want to be 3 seconds max if you're doing a small splash and dash.
Yeah, but he's done what we said, and he's basically waited 40 minutes to go. Tyres will stay fresh now to the end of the race.
Yeah.
He's gone round again, done his post hits, and off he goes again. And again, that's someone else playing a completely different strategy to everyone else.
Yeah, so Esposito needs to pit, I think. He's losing too much time to the guys now. Dudley's only just under 56 seconds off, while Oliver's at 56.5, so Esposito is starting to lose a bit of time. If he does need to change tyres, now's the time to do it.
Well, yeah, he was down in the 33s last lap around. I don't know if he's got caught up behind anyone, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he does after the next.
But he's going to be lightning fast because he's going to have fresh tyres. while Anderson and Dudley's tyres are a little bit older now at this stage. Phelan's in the pits again and coming out. That was definitely a splash and dash from Phelan there. He was stopped. Actually, no, he was stopped for 33 seconds. We missed that. Sorry, Phelan. Oh, look at this. Anderson all on the bear, like the bumper that. I think the back marker had a little bit to play with that. Anderson's going on the inside. This could be the move. John's going to stick to the outside. The inside line, though, is optimum here. But the straight line speed of that Audi's going to save him. But Anderson's sitting there.
It's going to be hard to hug it in here. It's hard to bring this round, but John should still have track position, I would say.
This is great battling with these. John's still slightly ahead for now. Oh, they're going to... I knew that was going to happen.
All right, well, they survived that, and I think that's great defending on John's behalf. That was some brilliant driving from the pair of them.
That was unbelievable. Dustin, 40 for Oliver. If he left us slightly more room to John had nowhere really to go there, but Oliver pushing as hard as he can get. And look, that's what we like to see. You don't mind a bit of door banging when they're fighting for essentially what could be a race win here.
You know what? Door banging like that, where no one's going flying off, yeah, you got no issue with it. The problem with ACC is just as likely to spit you out.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I can send you into Timbuktu.
Yeah, and I don't get it. Where like that there, I have no issue with that. You're literally side by side, you're door banging, yeah? Great. And, you know, as you were sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, John's back in front, your door banged as you were, nothing untoward has happened.
Yeah.
Now, you could guarantee that when you're door banging ACC, off you go, but you can't. The issue they got here is they've now lost a few seconds to the leader, which might have harmed. That could be the difference between them taking the lead or not now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now. So we'll keep them guys at it. So is there any battles elsewhere for position? No. 7th and 8th, though, will be getting close soon enough.
Well, it'd be interesting to see that Chico's closing in on Britt. He's now under 11 seconds.
Nice one.
And he done a 31.7 last lap around.
Yeah, and he's flashing there.
It would be worth noting that Britt done a 31.9 himself, so Britt's on the move as well, you know.
This is what we like to see. Oh, Chico now is unfortunately getting stuck behind. It looks like car 82, that's the race leader. Isn't that weird that he's actually stuck behind the race leader and is trying to look for a way by? I think that goes to show, I think Esposito, I think he's left it too long.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to lose. He's lost not a great deal of time there. He's lost about a second and a half.
I still think, though, by the end, though, he's going to be between 8 to 10 seconds behind by the time you stop for your pit, get the pit box, get off the pits. You know, there's at least a minute and 10 seconds with the slowing down and going again that he needs to be thinking of here.
Yeah, he might be waiting for the half an hour mark. It depends, like I say, it depends how he's fueled up.
Oh, if I was him, just never mind the half hour mark it in now, stop hemorrhaging time, get that fresh rubber on.
100%, mate. I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%. He needs to get into the pit.
Still going.
Anderson is just dropped behind Dudley. He's more than a second now.
Yeah, I think that hurt his tyres that time round.
Yeah, but he just needs to bring him back into temperature.
Yeah. Dudley could be looking at a race win here this evening if he keeps it up.
I mean, the other race for 7th and 8th is on. 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds between them.
Absolutely.
Both done their pits as well. So that might look interesting. I think Holloway's actually going to start pulling away, though. He is on fresh tyres.
Interesting to see, because Polyamy is such an under-noticed as much in the races. I think he's super consistent, that Aston, and it could be interesting near the end, because the Aston is very good on its tyres as well. I love his livery, by the way.
Underrated, if you know what I mean. It's just touches of green on it.
Yeah, it's a nicely probably bare in the terms of sponsors, but it's really, really nice. Looking elsewhere, what's happening out there? That's pretty much it. You have 2nd and 3rd and 7th and 8. Everyone else is quite spread out at the minute.
13th, G. Holloway back in the pits.
Oh no.
I think that's his final pit stop, though, because he had one to go.
Fair, yeah, I suppose he was stuck with drive-throughs and whatever. But you know what? Fair play to him for sticking it out. Not easy. First time with no racing line, first time in a racing league, and first time on the track as well, by the way. And he only picked the McLaren right before the race to stick with. So fair play to him. Like, I know he had the little instant mistakes at the start, and I know Stacey feels hard done by with that, but all around for Giles for a first race, and he's sticking it out to the end. Fair play to him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at it, feeling he's only 4.7 seconds behind Ransley.
Yeah.
He's got 2 cars between him now.
So I was just thinking there, I'm on with Ransley, I can imagine Brett, get out of the way, man!
Yeah. But if you jump back on board with Anderson, he's closed right back in again.
Nice when we jump back on there now. I was going to enjoy doing my Brit impression, but anyway. I was only getting started. Esposito's in the pits. Esposito's in the pits.
Oh, look at this.
These boys are sailing, boy.
Yeah, he's left it too long. Interesting to see, though, is that so Chico is coming around the flying left-hand bend.
He's got out just ahead of Nathan Moran.
Yeah, so Chico's now taking the final corner, but he's behind 2 cars.
Oh, that's a long ask. Esposito 10 seconds behind Oliver.
Yeah, he's left that too long.
10 seconds is a lot of time, although 29 minutes with fresh rubber could change things, but you don't want to be putting in some rapid times because Dudley and Oliver are sitting in the 132s. Oliver in the low 132s, Dudley in the higher.
This is what we're talking about, John. No, this is a typical John Dudley performance where he's not been the quickest car, but he's nailed the strategy. He pitted when he got stuck behind someone rather than being stubborn and sticking it out. He's not made any mistakes yet. Yeah. And from all of that, he's grabbed the lead. Do you think of all the cars in front of him? You had Chico, obviously got the SG30. Anderson obviously had the incident, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Esposito, I feel like his strategy could have been better today. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. All 3 of them have not run a perfect race. John's strength, he knows how to nail a strategy in a race. And he gets so many decent positions and results from it. It's unbelievable. People could learn a lot from John in terms of how he goes around racing.
Chris, just looking at the pits there, I think there's Ferrari pit strategy in Esposito's garage there. He needs to get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay out, stay out, stay out. Right, it's going to rain.
We forgot your tyres.
Pit for hard, it's going to rain.
Yeah.
I know, it was the Red Bull one the other day, didn't they, when they got Perez to pit and then the red flag go out.
Yeah. I'm going to be Oliver's... he got a snap over, so I'm going to be his engineer now. Pit this lap, Oliver, pit this lap and retire. Hydraulics gone and the rear left wheel nut.
Yeah. Yeah, pit this lap for tyres. We're going to fill you for the next week.
I'd say you would, you dirty devil.
I will say that I've been so impressed with John's drive in terms from a defensive aspect.
I don't. Honestly, I think they've all played blinders, but now Esposito and Nathan Moran. Nathan Moran's catching up to Esposito. Esposito was actually a fair bit clear there. So Esposito's really struggled, I think, on his outlap.
Yeah, them tyres had to come up. But what I was going back to John in terms of, it's easier to follow and to attack. When you've got a faster car behind you, which looks like it is, who's been behind you for a period of time, you can start feeling that pressure. And I feel like John has just maintained that for a long period of time now and done a great job in doing so. But on the flip side now, if I was Oliver Anderson now, I'd be all over him.
Oliver he's not a messy driver in terms of that. I think he's just going to be patient. I think Oliver is thinking, right, I'm going to put the pressure on enough. He's eventually going to make a mistake. I don't see Oliver going to mind. You can see how strong the McLaren is through this first sector compared to the Audi. Then when the Audi gets to the straight bits, it definitely makes a good impression. Look at that, look at the difference in pace through the corners.
Yeah, I would be applying so much
Oliver's got it here now. I think this might be the full move done because he's a bit further ahead to John than the last time. And he can dictate this corner on the inside, so this could possibly be the move.
Good move. Great
Oh, he
move.
runs
Johnny's
very
hugged
wide
his
though.
apex now.
Oliver's still ahead just enough.
If John can stick with him through this sector, he's got the last, like down
The main straight, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And just to tell you, they're after pulling 5 seconds on Esposito.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
And Esposito's only on par with lap times now. He was barely a tenth quicker. So it goes to show you that the pace that these guys are running at consistently on older tyres as well.
Yeah, this is where I think John's just fallen a bit too far behind, but this is where he needs to have a look, I think.
I think he's going to be too far back, and we know how strong the Maka has been through this first sector compared to the Audi.
Yeah, I'd say Anderson's made that move, and he's made it stick.
For now, I think it
has. The main
has.
straight though, he's having a little half glance.
Yeah, he's way too far back. I'm
Yeah,
going to jump
just
back
poking
on
his
here.
nose out though.
I think that's that lap. If he's going to go for Esposito, I'd say next lap, possibly. Dudley's actually sticking with Anderson a lot better than I was expecting through the first sector there.
I'd be getting slipstream now, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just looking at Nathan now against Esposito, he's getting all over him.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen in the next, by the end of this lap or next lap. I think we'll jump onto that battle now. But I keep looking here. Dudley's catching back up a bit. So Dudley's definitely pushing. He's not dropping off like we were expecting.
Jump back on board with Dudley.
Oh,
Run
wide there.
Bounce there.
Yeah. I'd assume the Mac is slightly better on the brakes than the Audi.
No. Other way around.
I'd be surprised with that. Chico's now up to 5th.
No,
Brit's off. Brit's off.
Oh, he's off. Oh, no.
Yeah, let's see what happened. It looks like he's bottomed out. Oh, he's disconnected.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, and he's dropped out.
Oh, bruh.
What a shame.
Holloway's in the pits again.
But that means Chico now is 13 seconds behind
wow.
Nath. And he's got free air between the pair of them. And we know these two are going to be battling. Although Esposito, I feel like he's now got his tyres into temperature, and he's not quite. Well, he's just got through a second now.
Yeah.
So I'm just back on board with the leader now.
Yeah, Esposito's had a really good lap last lap at 32.2. The second fastest lap on track compared to Chico. Chico is absolutely flying it out there. 1:32.1 last lap.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Johnny's all over him still.
Yeah, John is sticking with it. Nathan is dropping off now, so I think that battle's done with. This is the battle again. It's for the lead of the race. Now, in terms...
Go on.
Oh, no, I was just going to say to you, Esposito's after pulling back nearly 2 seconds on these two boys.
Yeah, I feel like Nathan's chance was why he was getting his tyres up in temperature.
Yeah. Oh, Dudley's super close now. It's not enough, I think, for the inside this time around, but he's a lot closer down the straights.
This race is not over. I thought once he got in parts and John didn't get the move made, I thought Anderson was going to pull away, but it doesn't look to be that way, does it?
No, I don't mind. Last lap, Oliver Anderson, a 1:33.2, Dudley, a 1:33.9. And both of them have identical best laps, a 1:32.227, identical best laps from them. These two guys are right on par anyway.
Yeah, they are pushing, aren't they?
See, now this is where this hard battle is working out for Marco. Marco's now 12.5 seconds off. So he's pulling into lap time. Every lap that these boys are fighting.
A second?
He was
Not
just
quite.
about, he was a second fast, 1.2 seconds faster than Anderson last lap, and then 0.9 of a second ahead of Dudley. So a second a lap is not good for them. And Warren's right with them as well. So on 12th and 11th now are starting to have a battle again, Holloway and Ferrante. I don't know if it's the same lap though.
Is there 15 laps left?
About that, I'd say, yeah. Give or take.
Yeah, it's going to be close, isn't it? See, it looks like John drops away. And he gets to about this distance, doesn't he? And he needs to try and stay that little bit closer, doesn't he, for that last corner if he can.
Yeah, the top end of that Lambo though, look at that. Or Lambo, the Audi.
I was about to say it's amazing because it's not a Lambo.
It might as well be the same car. Although the Lambo's more goated than the Audi, let's be fair. Although I prefer driving the Audi in terms of the visual look, because the Lambo, those A-frame pillars are massive.
I can't get along with it.
I just don't like the visibility out of the Lambo. Everything else is fine. And I love the Audi. I love driving the R8 other than the TC.
I find it all right. I mean, yeah, the wet is a bit of a hindrance, but I don't think that's a deal breaker, if you know what I mean.
Oh, it's a very good car to drive, though. The chassis is very sorted, though. Very sorted.
I'm going to give the Audi a bit more time, I think.
Oh, yeah. Chris sees boys being fast in the Audi. Meta chaser! You're dead right. If I had the pace, I'd be doing the same. Oh, here we have Ferrante and Baz. 10th position. Never mind your leader, says Ferrante. I'm going to go for Baz here. Yeah. Oh, is that a bit of flashing the lights here?
Hey.
Things are getting a little bit spicy.
All to play for now.
Absolutely. And Aaron sitting in 6th after his mad driving. And you know what? Not a bad job from him either. First and second are par on par. Third and fourth still a bit off, but like Esposito now 10.8 seconds off. So Esposito is catching them at least a second a lap now, or more.
Comes to back up. He's 1.1 away now.
Ah, nice. Okay. But he had a slower lap last time. It was 133.4 versus 132.6 for Oliver. But then Esposito 131.9, Chico 131.9. So these guys now are really starting to keep that pressure.
Starting to motor, aren't they, a little bit now?
Well, the win isn't secure for John or for Oliver here at the minute, because genuinely now Esposito is starting to come back into it.
Now, here's the question. If you saw the car catching you up that quickly, would you back off battling at this point and just try and sit in?
Yes, being honest. I'd much rather hold on to second than be in third.
Exactly. Or do you risk it in terms of, well, I still get the win here?
I still want to win. Like it's realistically, it depends on how long's left. At the minute, I still be fighting. Like that's 17 minutes. Anything can happen within that time. If you're talking the last 4 or 5 minutes, and there really isn't a race on, if you get me, you're only fighting for sake of fighting. Sit back, stop losing time, sit in the half second, and just run with the other car. Because if they still make a mistake, you're going to get the position. If you know you don't have the outright pace to get back by, it's all about just working together. But
I think I'd be inclined to sit behind.
At the minute, though, I wouldn't blame John. I wouldn't blame John for still fighting here, because he's within a sniff.
Yeah, I think I'd be at a point where I want to sit in behind you, but I want to be so close to you that if you make a mistake, I can jump on it.
No, he'd be mad to do it. Is that Baz off? No, there's a car. Oh, that must be the other glitched car.
Oh, John's looking down the inside. Oh no, didn't make it stick.
Well, there's a car after. Is that Peter Phelan? Is after disconnecting on track? He is.
Oh no.
He was up in 9th position as well, so Baz up into 9th, Ferrante in 10th.
Oh, these two are still at it, aren't they?
They're absolutely flying at it at the minute. Nice to see the cars getting out of the way.
Yeah,
Right.
he's got his hazard on there, I think.
So just seeing the chat, Brit's power went in the house.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Oh, so unlucky, Brit, mate. So unlucky.
And I wrote backwards because I'm typing while streaming. Watch power in the middle of the race. That's oh man. There's no point losing your head over it. If you can't control it, there's nothing you can do, mate. But you were having a stellar drive there. That's genuinely just very unlucky. As Ferrante's got the move done on Baz, we'll go back 15 seconds to have a look to see Baz went off the track. Helicopter view on for this one. Baz Ferrante. Baz just lost the rear.
Oh no. Yeah, looked like he caught the grass maybe on the outside?
Under braking, I think that's just tyres overheating. It's Valencia doing Valencia things.
Remember Valencia, we didn't do Valencia things, mate.
As Polyami's got by Aaron Holloway. So Polyami's got by Aaron Holloway. We're down to the last 14 minutes of the race.
Yeah, I think we need to be keeping an eye on these leaders right now. With it's still all to play for. Chico still coming in.
It's a bigger gap than what it's been for a while now. We're 1.1 seconds. Esposito's only 7 seconds off them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, these boys really need to get a move on.
You can see him there in the background. There you go.
Yeah. I know Oliver will turn that thing into a bus to get by you.
I think now what you need to be doing is, you see he's reining in now. For me now, it sounds weird. Don't concentrate on the guy behind you. What you need to be doing now is just getting your head down, go, right then, what times can I set consistently?
Yeah.
And then let's see if he catches me.
Yeah.
Because to be frank, you can't do much more than that now.
No, Esposito is pulling in though. 6th and 7th, that's Holloway and Polyami. Polyami staying ahead. I don't think much more is going to happen there. And then we have Nathan Ward in 5th. Could possibly under Shrek, but not by much. He's a second every lap to Chico's also. Chico's probably MP4 possibly, and that'll be an amazing drive, especially after having a stop go 30. That was extremely harsh.
Yeah, Chico's on for aiming for P4. You can see he's catching up Warren, isn't he?
Yeah. Very interesting. And look at the difference. Esposito last pitted on lap 39, while John Dudley was lap 26 and Oliver was 27. So there's a difference there of between 12 and 13 laps. And that's the pace difference they're seeing on track now, about a second a lap.
Different strategies, different calls.
I still think Esposito done the wrong call because it's very tight leaving it this late to be trying that kind of fight.
What he's relying on now is his outright speed. And I'm not saying outright speed, he's on better tyres. I'm talking outright speed because he has been quicker.
Yeah. But he didn't pull in a second this lap just gone, by the way. He only pulled in about 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, he should have had this wrapped up with a better strategy, I'd say.
Yeah, I think what happened, Oliver, he could have just done it at lap 40, 45, done the tyre change, done the splash and dash, and just set his way, he would have been clear.
Yeah, see, I know Oliver had that incident early on, but because of the two pit stops, I think he called his strategy right. And basically,
Oliver done a great job, yeah.
Yeah, he's been able to work. He's been able to work around that issue early on to bring the race back to him.
Yeah.
And again, that's what you can do in these longer races.
Well, I'm loving seeing from Chico while it didn't go his way. He's put his head down and showed absolute class tonight in that Audi.
Yeah, Chico's showing you what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's on that track. Look what he's doing. He'll learn from tonight. He'll learn.
Yeah.
He'll come back. He'll come back stronger for the next race.
100%. 100%. But it looks like now Dudley, I think, is not giving up, but conceding it. And it's just trying to do what we were saying, just trying to keep consistent and keep the pace up enough that now that Esposito doesn't catch them too much. But It's going to be interesting to see as we get into it now. So he's still a second off. Esposito pulled in about 7/10 this lap round, so he doesn't have the pace that he once had. Now maybe back markers might have played a bit and we might start to see it going a bit faster now. We'll see.
Well, obviously we're not seeing them fighting now, are we, as well? So we take that into account as well. I think John's doing the right thing here. He's backed off a little bit, and this is all about just now laying consistent lap times, keep the car behind. He could be on for a second position here, which would be a fantastic finish for him.
Yeah. That's one thing then for Esposito to catch up. It's getting by is going to be the bigger thing. You have that dirty air, you have the obstacle that will be defending as well, and not just getting out your way.
And we've seen how strong John is at defending as well.
Yeah. Well, I can guarantee you here and now, Oliver will defend like a bow. He'll be as wide as one now if he smells a race win and he's this close, because he was very unlucky. I think last week he was close enough to getting there, if I remember right, or it was possibly the week before. But he was very close with a P2. And I'd be delighted for him, because you seen messing in Amigos last season in the Lexus. I don't think anyone really thought too much about it because it was just the Lexus. He was off pace because of it. He's shown proper pace as well, and consistency for him has been massive this evening, and for John. Yeah,
well, we're saying going back, we know that's John's strong point anyway. But it's nice to see Oliver come in. You know, he's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing is a bit more of his true pace. Like saying, that consistency is shown as well. And it's great to see.
It's absolutely brilliant to see. Just looking here at everything else on track. I'm just looking at the map while staying on with the leaders now. I think Aaron Holloway is just kind of got back by Polyami as well, so we did miss that overtake as well. So sorry, Aaron. We've been just so fixated on this battle. And P3 now is getting close. He's now 5.4 seconds off.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't really come away from this battle. It's the race for the race win. I mean, all three are coming together at the end here, and there's just too much going on up here to then take your eyes away from it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I'm delighted for Ferrante up into 9th position. Baz in 10th. And Giles, I think, is still going as well. So, great to see Giles still going. So, do you know what? P11 for him in his first ever race. You know, he's made it to the end. He hasn't had, well, he's had, you know, learning teething difficulties, so I'm delighted for him.
A great experience for him, mate, to come in and do that in the first race.
Yeah. 100%. But Oliver here, having the race of his life at the minute. Esposito 4.4-ish seconds off now, so it's going to be interesting.
He's not really dropped off, has he, John? He's still thereabouts. He's still that second away.
No, he's consistent. Maybe he's just kind of preserving a little bit of pace to hopefully go for it again.
Yeah, because he hasn't. It's not like he's fallen away, has he? I think he's literally just backed off a little bit, found some race pace, and stayed within that sort of slipstream, give or take.
Absolutely. Jumping on with Esposito for a minute, so we're not looking at the same car all the time. Esposito is doing a great job, and he's not too far off now. The only thing is, I think it's too late coming into 5 minutes to go. It's one thing catching up to the back and getting by them is going to be an absolutely different kind of task.
What I would say though, we jump on with Chico, he's 2 seconds behind.
Chico is, I called that he'd go up into 4th position because, you know what, he's been having stupid pace all race. And like, you're looking at the lap times, he is nearly between a second to 0.8 of a second faster most laps
Than everyone else.
Yeah. He's been absolutely on it in a different league.
It's making that car work for him, isn't he?
Absolutely, but Esposito is doing similar lap times to Chico, to be fair. So I want to give Esposito credit where credit's due. I just think, unfortunately, his strategy...
Esposito was 1.1 seconds slower last lap.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No, sorry. No, I lie. No, last lap he wasn't. Last lap...
Did you know it's now closed?
No, he'd done a 32.3. Sorry, that's my bad. He'd done a 32.1 Chico.
And that's it. Pit window's closed, which means there's less than 5 minutes to go.
What I say though, Warren's still quick. Warren doing 32.8.
Oh, yeah. You can see the top two boys have let off a little bit to try and preserve it.
Yeah, they just don't want to make mistakes now.
No.
I mean, you know you're being caught up, but you know making a mistake could be the difference between finishing where you're at and not. But what I would say though, look at the gap now between first, second, and third.
Yeah, it's after dropping down massively. 3 seconds.
Made there, or getting past the back marker, because that was about 5 seconds a minute back.
Yeah, it's been dropping down consistently though. But this is the closest I've seen it in a while, so there you go. In the one frame you have the 3 cars, so this should be interesting.
Or hang on, I'm just going to jump on board with Chico in a minute, because Chico's only 1.4 seconds behind.
I still think we'll jump on when he gets that a little bit closer. I'm keeping an eye on that battle. But Dudley now is starting to push back in a little bit. But look at this, Esposito now is coming on right on the back of Dudley. Fairly well split, so this is going to be interesting. Essentially 3 laps to go, I would say.
And what, the top 5 positions?
Oh, and they have a back marker now. Baz is right in front of them.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way! That's what they'll be shouting.
I'm loving it.
Get out of the way!
It's putting a new paradox into it.
Yeah, if you're Oliver Anderson now, you're the lead car. You're the one paving the way for everyone else to come through. You're the one making that back marker aware that people are on their way. Yeah, are you the one who's going to get caught up compared to everyone else?
But he's getting a tow at least.
That's it.
Baz has decided to back out of it. He's not getting involved. He doesn't want to be a piece of this. Esposito got a nice tow there.
Yeah, and look at him. He's obviously slowed right out then to let all 3 drivers through there.
That's class
That
act.
is great driving by him there. He doesn't want to get involved.
It's class act. Look, he's an experienced driver as well, Baz. As much as I love taking the piss out of him in the chats and having the banter, he's doing a great job to see. And P10 for him as well. Consistency is what's been keeping him up. He's very high up in the championship there because of it.
Yep, and Chico's down to half a second.
Whee!
That's still going on.
Look at this. The top 3 are literally about 1.3, 1.4 seconds in total of a gap.
Yeah, just jumping back on Chico again now. He's 0.3 behind.
I don't know where to be looking here.
No, I don't.
I'm keeping an eye on Chico, but I'm keeping an eye on the other battle. 1, 2, 3 looks fairly okay. Chico's a little bit closer though. Oh, I'm going to jump back onto the leaders. Okay, so Oliver has a bit of a gap compared. So Dudley's kind of more under pressure at the minute out of the 3. But then again, it just takes one bad corner and then... Oh, Esposito's going the inside of Dudley. He had to back out of it.
Yeah, that was a lunge and a half.
I think with the fresher tyres, he's going for it. Look at this, Oliver's.
John really should have been sat in behind Oliver there, trying to take a bit of slipstream.
And this is the final lap, Chris.
Yep, I'm just going to jump on with Chico though, because he's 0.2 behind. He's in the Audi and he's on the straight.
I cannot move anywhere for this.
Going to see if Chico makes that move. Oh, he's going down the inside, Chico. He's going down the inside. Is he going to make it stick?
He does.
He does. He has done it. He has done it. So Chico is now up to full position. What a recovery drive.
Great stuff. I got it just on the stream there as well, but this is where it matters now, Chris. This is can Dudley hold on to second being the bigger question here? So Oliver looks like he's doing enough at the minute. Dudley, look, he's an experienced driver.
I want to be Oliver right now. As in, like, I think he's give or take thereabouts on pace with Dudley, but he hasn't got that Merc all over his rear.
Yeah.
Who he knows quick.
So Dudley's catching back up at the minute. I think Oliver now is just in get a home mode. 2 corners to go. Oh, Oliver's definitely taking a lot easier. John is catching him though. Does John go for the lunge?
Is he going to have a look? Or is he going to try and get the run here?
Oh my God, he has the run. It's not going to happen on the line, is it?
Hang on.
Oh, that was a close one. Well done to Oliver,
lad.
John, and
Brilliant. What a great finish to the race.
Wow, Espiota there. That was unbelievable stuff there. And what a recovery drive from Chico there as well in 4th with Warren in 5th. Unbelievable. And Aaron, in fairness to him, P6.
Yeah, good result. Do you know what? That was a brilliant race.
Wow. I tell you, yeah, for not a big grid, they really did put on a good show, and that's what we love about these 90-minute races, because it changes it up so much.
Yeah, the strategies, different strategies, people trying out different things, and once again, that was a great race at the end there.
That was absolutely epic. Absolutely
Oliver,
epic.
great race, mate, there. You was patient by the looks of it for a bit, but you got the move done and you managed to maintain the lead.
Yeah, two races in a row with this kind of result is not too bad.
Um,
Time getting chased down by the end.
Did you not hear my radio command? I was telling you to pit and box.
I actually did not hear that. I told you to shut the fuck up.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was Chris telling me that.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Just so you know,
No.
in the rear left wheel, in the wheel nut, the hydraulics was going.
Yeah, I know, but I kept it going. No, that was a race and a half, I must say.
Unbelievable stuff.
Intense from start to finish. Unfortunate for Chico that he got that stop-go 30 in the pits, but you know what? You take what you can get. You take
Great recovery drive from you, though. Do you know what I mean? You had that early accident, and you took the early pit stop, and you worked your way back through, and yeah, ultimately end up winning the race.
That was all planned. The early pit stop I took because that I knew I had some damage and there was no reason driving around with the damage. So I go in and get it repaired quickly and get a liter of fuel in the car back on track. The second pit I took a little bit early. I saw that that Dudley came into the pits the lap before me. I thought I was going to stay out and see if I can make short work of. I think it was Holloway ahead of us at the time. But I couldn't, so I decided to box as well and try to cover off. Dudley came out right behind, and yeah, then it was just way too close racing from there to the end.
That was
Some sketchy
unbelievable.
moments, some side-by-side moments, a little bit of contact at some point, but we'll see what the stewards have to say about that.
You was patient in your overtake. You looked like you applied the pressure. I think John defended very well, but when the opportunity came, you made a good job of it.
Yeah, it was the one change. I knew that was the place where I could make the move because out of the last corner in the first sector, I feel like I had much more speed on a better line than him. So that was the one corner where I knew I had the chance every lap, and I was close enough to go for it, so I went for it, and it worked.
I taught you well.
Yeah, it's all your teachings. It's all your teachings.
Montella Motorsports shine again.
Oh yes, oh yes. Though I think we need to change the team name soon.
Talented.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I'm delighted for you. I was only saying that you were close enough a few races ago with the P2, but this was absolutely brilliant. I'm absolutely so happy for you, Chico. I'm calling you Chico now. But honestly, no, look, Oliver, the pace you've had in the McLaren this season, genuinely, like I was saying to Chris during the race, I don't think anybody took much notice of you when you were driving the Lexus, for the simple reason, obviously, you were having a bit of fun. But the minute you've come into a car that you've been putting time into, man, you actually have a rapid pace in you.
Yeah, I don't think that many people know that about me. I normally always go for the cars that I find fun to drive, but I thought I might give it a go, pick a car that's actually competitive for once and see what I could do. I'm not on the pace of Chico and like really top guys and Abe when he's racing and those guys, but I think I can battle most other guys in this league, except for you and Chris, of course.
Well, look, to be honest with you, I'm that fast. I'm not allowed to race.
Yeah, exactly. You got it disqualified by the admin team.
Yeah, so basically, I had the FIA come to my house and say, look, if you're racing this, it's over. So I was like, right, fuck yous, I'll commentate. But genuinely, great stuff from you. But I just want to jump on to somebody who is pretty much new to league racing, as far as I'm aware. Giles, Your very first race in FFG, how was it for you?
I think it was good. I mean, I was definitely getting consistent towards the end. So I've got a lot to learn still, but I think I've learned a lot from that.
But in your first race, look, you're always going to have them things, especially with no racing line. Obviously, you had the little bump with Stacia the first lap, but I think you learned then about track limits and learning braking points and that. It'll all come to you, and this is the place by all means to learn those things. But don't be afraid to talk to the drivers, not to Aaron. Obviously, Aaron knows nothing, but like the likes of Oliver, Chris, Chico, but honestly, even Aaron might be able to help you at some stage. But don't be afraid to ask and get the right advice. That's what all the guys are here for, and we're all happy to share setups and help you develop along.
Thank you.
But honestly, very well done, Chris. You were impressed as well with his very first race.
Yeah, no, great drive. It's your first race like this can sometimes be a bit nervous.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No, fantastic going. You can see where you're pushing a bit at times, but yeah, you can see where there's obviously room to improve. But yeah, no, fantastic first drive.
definitely. Thank you.
Oliver's gone there. Does Aaron really want to talk, do you reckon?
Yeah.
I know, Aaron. Well done. P6, but me and Chris both agree that we think you got the strategy wrong.
Well, we finally did it. We made it that one. I got the under the radar race I was waiting for. I was just putting in the laps, and I disagreed with the strategy. I thought I got it right. I focused on management for the first part of it, so the tyres were actually really good towards the end. So I decided to run it long and do the double pit stop. And I had the tyres at the end to hold off Polyamy, so that's good. And you missed my overtake. Unbelievable.
It didn't happen if you missed it.
I fell into the gravel at the sausage curb corner. Polyamy got past, but then literally I think it's either that lap or the next lap, I just dive bombed him into turn 2. It was such a good move.
Okay, the stewards will be looking at any dive bombs.
I think you got the strategy right in terms of what you was trying to achieve in terms of the double pit stopping, but I think you did it too late.
Yeah. Nah, I looked after the tyres, Chris. They were fine.
You could just see. I think if you went in 5, maybe 10 minutes earlier, I genuinely believe you would have known. I do quite a lot of 90-minute races like in this format.
Yeah.
And I think you went in that little bit too late. That 10-minute gap, I think would have made a world of difference to you.
Maybe, but yeah, it's good. And shout out to Batek 2.0. That was some good driving from him.
Oh, he done him. Honestly, unbelievable. Like if you look at him this week compared to last week, it's night and day. I'm delighted with him.
It wasn't the light flashing that made me go off. I was really nervous having him behind me. I thought he was going to hit me, to be honest. That's why I went off. But I didn't need to worry. He was driving really well out there. And shout out to my little brother. But he's 18. But he did really well. That's his first league race, and he's really new to ACC, and also he's never done a race beyond 25 minutes, so that was really good.
It's thrown him in the deep end. Valencia track he's never gone on.
Exactly, yeah.
No racing line.
Great going. It was first league race, first endurance event then. The racing line got taken off, new track, new drivers because you're driving new set of people.
And we took the stabilizers off the car as well, don't forget.
He done really, really well today. There's a lot to be proud of. And I think for you lot who are obviously driving on a Wednesday now, doing the 9 minutes and 2 pit stops, it brings a different aspect to strategy, which is can be a major player within the race. So I think it was a great race. I think there was some great battles, and I think everyone should be pretty proud of themselves today.
Oh, yeah. And do you want to know a little statistic?
Go on then.
Only 7 incidents to review out of the whole race. Oh, yeah, I'm so happy seeing that.
And they all say Mooney, and he wasn't even racing.
It's all you, Ted, or me and you torpedoed everyone.
Door to door, mate. Door to door. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I let you know, Monday, I came out that race with no warnings, so no drive-through, no warnings, and no damage taken for the whole entire race.
I came out of that race going, why do Lamborghinis hate me?
No, not just Lamborghinis, mate.
I know you hate me, but like in that race, the 2 Lamborghinis absolutely just. I honestly thought I died and no one knew I was there because it's as if I wasn't there. Boom.
I mean, when I come to lap you, mate, it's my whole dream is just to take you out.
Who beat you in Paul Ricard? Oh, that was me. All right, that's fine. Anyway,
Yeah, because I got murdered twice.
come here. So you're telling me it doesn't make any difference?
In fact, one wasn't just a murder, mate. One was like even ACC.
That was hilarious.
Even ACC thought he'd call the police.
I see. What happened, Spud? So failing his lost connection with 15 minutes to go. So
Shame.
internet connection for him. Racing the back zone, 90 minutes was hard work, but you done great. Game, Spud. How many was Batek? Batek actually had no incidents as far as I remember, other than his own when he dropped it on the curb. But that was that just looked like very warm tyres with the curb. So Batek for me is the most improved driver I've seen in quite a while. Like that's night and day difference.
I would actually give him a driver of the day.
Yeah, I would as well for what he's done because it's night and day difference to what he done last week.
Yeah. We look. I mean, driver of the day is not always about winning or being the fastest. It's sometimes about improvement, and just that improvement today is a fast improvement from what we even seen on Monday.
Oh yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look, guys, we're going to stop the stream there. Chris, thank you so much as always for jumping in and doing comms, and looking forward now to the next stream for myself is racing in Amigos next Monday, which is going to be fun. Where are we racing actually, Chris?
We have a night wet race at Imola, mate.
I like him, so it's fine. If anyone wants to join Amigos, give us a shout in the Discord, or go over to Chris Tedder's Community Sim Racing or something along those lines, isn't it?
Come on, say hello. You can get hold of me through Discord. I'm there.
Yeah, and he probably will try groom you, so don't take his candy.
That's why I went wrong with you, mate. I took yours.
I'm just fat. I took the candy. I see that. Give me some of that. Anyway, guys, have a great evening wherever you're watching from. And we'll see you again for next Wednesday, but obviously next Tuesday for the F1 as well, where you see Aaron probably crash out again in the first lap and recover.
Brilliant.
Points at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
That's the truth. That is the truth.